Welcome to LowKiThoPodcast, episode 5. Got 5 of them. So as usual, thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting, engaging. Hope you guys liked the last mini-sode about the debate. That was a hotmess.com. So as usual, we're going to kick it off with a little bit of Dumb Donald. We already discussed the debate, so no need to kind of rehash that. But I do want to share, in case you didn't know, that Donald Trump and Melania both have COVID. I never wish, anything bad on anybody. So I would say that God's will be done and give them the strength to bear it. That's all we can say about that. So moving right along. This episode is a little different. As you guys can see, the background of the video is not in my space. I'm actually at my parents' house. Yay! I'm sure Alicia's going to add a yay in there. But I'm going to introduce you guys to my family. This episode is going to be all about family and who I am and how I got here and all that good stuff. So I want to introduce you guys to my parents. Look at them. Aren't they so cute? Looking like me. Alright, so these are my parents. This is my dad. This is my mom. So I'm going to talk to them. I'm going to ask them some questions and then get them to do, answer some questions so you guys can learn a little bit more about me. You guys are probably trying to figure out right now who I look like. And I actually look like my dad for the most part. I got his color and most of his face. But when I smile, I look like my mama because she gave me these very high cheekbones. Which is a good thing if you want to be a model. So, anyways. So hi, parents.
Hi, Shakira.
Hi.
What's up, Key?
Hey, Dad. Alright, so I'm going to ask y'all some questions. Y'all going to answer them. And we're going to make this episode fun and all about family.
Okay.
Y'all good with it?
Sounds good.
Alright, are you sure? Because my dad told me earlier he wasn't going to answer any questions. So
I wasn't going to do no Q&A, but let's get at it.
Okay, let's do it. Alright, so first, tell us a little bit about y'all. Who are y'all? Where y'all from? Tell us a little bit about you.
I'm Christy. We both are from Anniston, Alabama. We were high school sweethearts.
Ooh.
We've been together since I was 15.
15.
Yeah, 15. And I was about to turn 17.
Ooh.
And yeah.
Then I came along. Hey, y'all. All right. So, yeah, my parents have been together for, 30 some odd? That's something.
35 years.
Old people like to say some odd years. 35. 36.
37.
Yeah. About 36 years. I'm 35.
You
Yeah.
35? Yeah. 36 years.
All right. So, yeah, they've been together for quite some time. Been through a lot of highs and lows.
Yes.
True.
Yes.
They're empty nesters now.
Yes, we love it.
So they like being home alone. They have 2 granddogs.
Yes.
No grandchildren yet.
Jax and Choco.
Jax and Choco.
And we love them.
She's so obsessed with both of them. So I'm going to ask y'all some questions. Let's see how y'all answer these questions. So this question is for both of you guys, and it doesn't matter who goes first. We'll just say age before beauty, so we'll let Dad go first.
Okay.
So what was it like raising me?
Fairly easy. Never really gave us no serious problems. You was sneaky, but you didn't give us no major problems or anything like that. So I would have to say fairly easy.
Easy.
Yeah.
Yes, you were easy, but I think Dad was more. Then he was the more disciplinary one, and I was the more relaxed one. And I think she turned out to be great.
I can agree with that.
Yeah.
My dad was definitely the disciplinarian when I was growing up.
Yeah.
He was the disciplinarian.
But
That's probably why I look more like him, because we spent a lot of time together.
Y'all did.
So
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were a daddy. You was a daddy's
I was
girl.
definitely a daddy's girl. Yeah. Then my
I couldn't
sister
even
came
go
along.
to the gym and shoot basketball without you wanting to go with me and be with me everywhere I go.
All the time. Yeah. That's true. He used to let me drive too.
Yeah.
Just let me drive.
That's good.
Yeah.
Okay. But now you're a mama's girl. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
definitely.
okay.
All right, Dad. So this question's for you. What is the hardest thing about being a girl dad?
Example. I would have to say making the correct, the good example, being a good example for girls. Yeah, that's what I would have to say.
Okay. You're good. You've done
It's
good.
challenging though. It can be very challenging, but nonetheless, I think that's it.
Okay. All right. Mom, this one's for you. What is the best thing about raising children?
What's been good, what's the best thing is that you guys are so different that it makes you both, but you're both unique in your own way. And just seeing the different personalities on the different days, and now that you're grown, I can see Mimi is growing up, you know, and the good thing about you're a really good example for her. But it's just been good seeing the difference between you guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I didn't say this earlier, but I'll say it now. I do have a sister. We're 12 years apart, so my parents, I don't know what they were thinking, but it's okay now. I wasn't okay with it at 12, but I'm okay with it now. But it's just the two of us. My dad is a girl dad, so we don't have any brothers. He's the only male in the house and always has been. So, okay.
But the granddogs are boys.
The granddogs are boys. That's true. So, Dad, what did I do as a child that frustrated you?
Oh my God! Yeah, the main thing was when you, as a child, when you get frustrated, when you couldn't understand something, like with your homework, when you were doing your work and you didn't understand it, you would cry. You would cry, and I would ask you, "Why are you crying?" And I just don't understand it, and we go over it and over and over it. But you just
don't make it seem like I was slow though.
You wasn't slow, no. You weren't slow by no means.
We go over it and over it.
But you would just the crying thing when you when you got confused or frustrated, you would cry instead of pressing on with it.
I did. I would cry and want to give up, but I had to keep going. So yes, I was a crybaby. I'm still kind of a crybaby. I would cry at the drop of a dime. So that's
you get that from your mama.
Yes.
Yeah, that's true. Very true. All right, Mom. When I was little, what did you think I would be when I grew up?
I'm not sure what I thought you would be, but I would say along the teenage years, you was very argumentative. Like, you wanted to get your point across to us.
Still am.
Yes, you are. So what you're doing now, even when you went in political science as your major for your bachelor's degree, I can see you doing it. I thought you would go on further to just be an attorney or a lawyer or something, but it was that part of it where you was so argumentative between, and it wasn't in a bad and disrespectful way, but just that dialogue of wanting to go back and forth and get your point across that, hey, no, I really meant what I said, or basically, you know, if we had a disagreement, no, Mom, this is what I mean, like trying to really drive your point to what you was meaning.
I did that a lot. And the good thing I would say with having young parents is my parents allowed me to ask why. They allowed me to explore and have questions and try to get my point across. I wasn't raised in a household where it was like, I said what I said and you don't get to have an opinion. I was allowed to have an opinion, which kind of helped shape who I am today, because I have a lot of opinions, as y'all well know. Yeah. So that was one thing I think is good about growing up with younger parents, because we kind of grew up together. So I was formulating opinions and trying to figure out, you know, what my thoughts thought processes were. And my parents were older at that point; they were well into their 30s at that point. But they allowed me and my sister to have opinions and to ask why. And there were some things where it's like, do this because I said so. But for the most part, I was allowed to explore my own thought processes. So that was really a good thing about growing up in my own, in my household. Dad, I think you'll enjoy this question. So, what do you think I missed out on growing up when I did versus had I grown up when you did?
Struggle. I would have to say struggle. And I mean, by struggle, I mean financially. Okay. Because we did a little bit better than my parents did. Yeah. So the struggle for us was the struggle my struggle was totally different from your struggle.
Right.
So, but I would have to say the struggle. Yeah.
Okay. So you think I missed out on the struggle? Because I didn't know. I mean, if we were struggling, I was not aware. I had no clue.
Which I think the struggle and being around, being in a environment where it was close knit and growing up around people that you knew all your life. Because being a military child, you meet people and you leave, you go someplace else.
Yeah.
And so some of those people you stay in contact with, some of them you never talk to again or whatever the case may be. But the people when I was growing up, because that's where we lived at, that was people that you knew all your life.
Yeah. That village. That kind of it takes a village was really more prominent when y'all were growing up because everybody was in the same neighborhood or whatever. Yes. Okay.
And everybody knew everybody.
Right.
My mom knew your mom.
Yeah. So, Mom, what has been your proudest parenting moment with regards to me? And then you can share one with regards to my sister if you want.
I think just growing up and being able to take care of yourself. Like I think with God and leading us to show you guys a way that, yes, you need to get your own and be able at some point in life to be able to take care of yourself. So I think that's my proudest moment for you is just being able to be out there. And if I died today, me and Dad often talk about it, like we wouldn't worry at all.
Y'all wouldn't be able to worry. You'd be dead.
I mean, like, we wouldn't worry.
I know, I get what you're saying. Like, you can die. You
get that from me.
If I was on my sick bed, I would know that.
I would be. I could. Yes.
Yeah.
So that's a really proud moment and graduation for you. Just graduating from college.
Yeah.
I think I cried.
Probably.
I'm sure I did.
Crybaby.
But that was a really proud moment because it's like, man, we got one through school. We did it.
Right. Know? Yeah. Oh, that's good. I like that. All right. So this question is for both of you guys. If you had one piece of advice for new parents or parents of teens or young adults, you guys have been through pretty much every phase. What piece of advice would you give them? And we'll do beauty before age this time. So
I think listening, be a good listener, and teaching your children as you see the mistakes that they're making, but at the same time, don't be so overbearing where you see the mistake, but it's like, I'm going to drill this in. But I think that would be advice.
Like, let them figure it out.
Let them figure it out and be there for them. Be a listening ear when the children, because that's what I think as parents, sometimes we don't listen. We don't listen. Because y'all got all the answers. Yes, and I think it's one reason why we have all the answers because we've already been down that road. Right. Not that it's your road, but we've been down the road. And it's just some things that look similar. Yes. Yeah. It's some things that look similar. So we like, okay, we see the hole down there. Don't go down there. But, it's still you're still going to have to go through it.
Okay. Good advice.
Yeah. And I would have to go right along with it and saying patience. Patience, exercise patience in everything. Not that I have it all together even now with patience, but that is I think that's vitally important because that settles and that calms storms when the child make mistakes and there's a storm coming behind it, then if you can just be patient and they can see the patience, that helps them along with it as well.
To calm down.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right, good. You guys did good. Look at that.
Well, glad to oblige you.
All right, so I'm gonna let you guys go. I'm actually gonna bring my sister in. We're gonna have a little sister talk. I'm gonna ask her some questions. We'll have a little fun, and I'm gonna bring y'all back, and we'll play a little game at the end.
Okay.
Y'all good with that?
That's good.
All right.
That's good.
So my sister's coming now. We are nothing alike, but we are everything alike in the same breath. So I think you guys will have fun here. So come on in, sister. All right. So this is my sister. I'm Kiki, as y'all know. This is Mimi. So tell them a little bit about yourself, sister.
I'm 23. I was born in Fort Stewart, and I don't know.
Does it?
That's all.
Everybody's camera shy except me, which I am super camera shy, but I'm 5 episodes in now, so I'm a little more comfortable. But yeah, so this is my sister. We're 12 years apart. So, funny story, when my sister graduated, kindergarten on like a Friday, and that Sunday I graduated high school. So just to put things into perspective for you, this was all in one weekend. So we are literally 12 years apart. We've never really had to share anything. We kind of both grew up as only children because the things that I had and wanted in my life, she never was on the same page with me, and vice versa. So she was like playing with toys and like literally Legos and stuff like that age group, and I was like talking on the phone and hanging out with my friends. So we've never really had to share anything. This is probably the closest in terms of common interests that we've ever been, because we're both adults now, so we kind of on the same wavelength. We both are on our own. Like I told y'all, my parents are empty nesters, so she lives by herself with her dog. I'm married, live with Whitley and my dog, so we share some common interests now, hanging out with our friends and stuff like that, that we never really been on the same page with that kind of stuff, so it's good now. All right, sister. So I'm gonna ask you some questions, and let's see what you think about growing up with me. Okay. So, what was I like as a sister growing up?
Honestly,
Yeah.
I don't really remember.
Really?
Like once I got to the age like where I could really like remember people and like relationships and stuff. Like you had went off to college.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It was like really like we were only kids.
That's very true. So I remember you slept in my bed until you were like 3 or 4 years old. Like we slept in the same bed. You would not sleep in your own bed. You didn't want to sleep with mom and dad. You slept with me. I taught you how to tie your shoes. I shared that on Facebook the other day. So I shared a Facebook post I made in like 2009 where I had taught my sister how to tie her shoes. I think I taught you how to lace your shoes.
Yes.
And so
I was about to say that was like 2013.
Yeah.
I was definitely like 12 years
yeah,
old.
she was lacing. I was teaching her how to lace her shoes, and I shared that on Facebook. So, but yeah, we kind of grew up like I was out of the house a lot. I left for college when she was going into first grade. So at that point, I was getting out of the house. So I definitely can see why you would forget a lot of that. So what about now? Like,
now. I don't know. I like our relationship is really good. I think it's really good because like I feel like we like have fun and we joke and like like you said, we're more relatable now.
Yeah.
But like at the same time, I know if I need like solid advice or like some like direction or something,
Yeah.
I
I hold you accountable a lot too, though.
yes, you do, and you get on my nerves.
Okay, so what would you say is the most vital thing that you've learned from me?
I guess independence.
Okay.
Like, as far as like making sure that I'm able to take care of myself. And like, if I feel a certain way or I believe a certain thing, to just kind of stand on that.
Yeah.
Not waver so much.
Yeah. Stand for what you believe in. Believe in what you stand on. What's the most annoying thing that I've done as a sister?
Ooh, child.
So many things.
So many. I don't know, Shakira. It's just a list. Ooh, the list goes on.
I'm not that annoying as a sister. Don't do that.
You
don't do that.
Oh my gosh.
There are
Let me
people
tell you,
watching.
there's a
Don't
voicemail though. There's a voicemail where you call me. It was probably like 7:00 in the morning, and you were literally singing, "Sister, I need you to get up and call me back." It was like a minute long. It's 7:00 in the morning.
You should have answered the phone, and then it would be a voicemail. It would actually be in your ear.
I'm not a morning person. I do not wake up
either,
until 11, 12.
Yeah, so I know I can be annoying. I'm a little bit of a pest, actually, at times. But it's all in fun and it's all in jest. And when it's time to be serious and like be a good sister, I try to do that. But I think I do hold you accountable a lot, though, and that's something that I try to do because we're so many miles apart, right? So if you think about 12 years between you and your siblings, it's almost like you're like a second parent. So it oftentimes feels like you're parenting. And sometimes my sister is right in how she feels and she's valid in how she feels. And I have to go to my parents and be like, hey, she's valid. You may not agree, but her feelings are valid. And like, I play the middleman a lot, I think, because my sister and my parents, they grew up like real like parents and children, whereas me and my parents, we kind of grew up together. So I think I play the middleman a lot, and I try to see both sides of the coin, and I try to make her understand how my parents feel about things and what will get them off her back. That's like my favorite saying, like, do this and they'll get off your back. And I also try to get my parents to see where she's coming from sometimes, because sometimes there's a disconnect. They're like in their 50s now, and she's in her 20s, so it's a big gap there as compared to when I was growing up. I feel like they understood me a lot better because we were closer in age, if that makes sense. So, yeah, but you're a good sister.
You're a good sister too.
You are.
Most of the time.
Sometimes. So I'm going to bring my parents back. We're going to play a quick game to see how well they know us and how well we kind of know each other and what we really think. So they're going to come back. We're going to share. So each of us has a piece of paper, and on that paper is either my sister's name, which is Mimi, or my name, which is Kiki. And I'm going to ask questions, and you guys have to hold up the paper, hold it up to the camera so the camera can see. If you can see it, the camera can see it. And the questions are going to determine, they're going to answer the question based on these pieces of paper, okay? So, first question. Who is most likely to become Hollywood famous? Definitely my sister. She has always been a star in her mind, child. So definitely her. You can scoot it over. Yeah, just put it in front of me. Who's most sensitive? Mom, you wrong.
I think he is.
So wrong.
No.
I am so. Oh
Yes.
my
Oh my
God.
God.
Everything hurt my feelings.
Oh yeah, last night with charcoal. Yeah, you're right.
All right.
You're right.
Okay. So you get a call that one of your children is locked up. Who's getting bailed out?
Oh,
Which
getting
one of the
bailed
children
out?
are getting bailed out?
Oh,
Like
no,
who's in
no.
jail?
Like who's in jail? Got to get bailed out.
Oh,
And I said Kiki because Mimi's never been to jail.
I said both of them.
Not me. I'm a good one.
I mean, I might get locked up at a protest. I might.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
See, I'm be at home eating or sleep.
Exactly.
All right, who's the funniest? I'm really funny in real life. Who shops the most?
Ooh.
Can we just everybody?
It might be yeah.
Yes.
It might be both. We both do shop a lot, but guess where we get it from?
There you go.
My mom is a shopaholic. She loves to shop.
That's right.
So we definitely get it from our mama. Who's the most competitive? Definitely my sister, and she's a sore loser. She does
But
not like to
I
lose.
play a lot of sports too. That's why
She
I got
does
my
not like to
competitive
lose.
sport.
She did everything.
Who talks the most? Yeah, definitely. All right. Who's your favorite?
This is not true. These
My
are-
parents will never answer this question. We talk about this all the time, and they will never ever admit that either of us is their favorite, and I'm okay with that.
No, I think one is closer to the other.
Yeah,
but
I
it's
think definitely I'm closer to my mom. My mom and I talk multiple times a day. We share a lot of things.
not.
We
Yes.
are very similar. As I'm getting older, I find I'm more and more like my mom. My sister is definitely a daddy's girl. She took my place as a daddy's girl.
Yeah.
She can do no wrong in his little eyes.
Ooh.
And so we don't, as much as they don't play favorites. Either one of us can have anything from either one
That's
of
right.
them. But I think in a time of crisis, I think we know who we could call, either one of us. So, and who's going to take our side, because that's ultimately what matters the most to us. But thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this. This is my family. This is my mom, my sister, my dad. And I wanted to introduce you guys to my family, and as we continue to grow and spend time together on Low Key though. So, yeah, DM me, like, share, comment, subscribe, all the buttons, everywhere that you see buttons. Click those buttons. And as always, take care of your family, take care of yourself, love on your family, but most importantly, love on yourself. Peace.
How do you think it turned out?
I think I bombed.
You think you would?
I think I bombed. I'm nervous.
Really?
Yeah, I feel nervous.
Nervous or what?
Promotion board or something. Look, Terry.
Crazy.
Oh.
Oh. Let me see. I ain't even start. So, hi parents.
Hi.
We're gonna edit that out, Alicia. Can you give us an authentic hi? You can't be laughing in the background. Edit all of that out, Alicia.